Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to get this finished product. Hi, this is Madison Dowell, and today I'm here going to show you some tips and tricks on how to fix your broken photos. So what we're first going to do is we're going to open Adobe Photoshop, and we're going to go to File up here in the corner. We're going to click Open Document and click your photo that you're going to want to fix. So you see this is double. I'm going to go ahead and crop it out. Alright, so before we start, you're always going to want to duplicate your layer. So today I'm going to be showing you how to get rid of all these cracks and seams. So first I'm going to use the spot healing tool. You can adjust the hardness. You don't want it to go too hard because then it's going to make a pretty harsh line there. So I'm going to reduce the hardness and the size and work in sections. So I'm going to click Control Z to delete what I just did. So I'm just going to go in here and draw on the lines. So you see up here that these lines right here aren't going away. So you're going to go to your second trick and you're going to go down to the same area and click on the patch tool. So what you're going to do is you're going to circle the area that you want to get rid of or blend in, and you're going to circle it, and then you're going to drag it to an area where it doesn't have any creases or spots in it. And then you just click off, and then there it's gone. So you can do this if you want to the rest of them. It's kind of a faster way, but if it gets you in a bind, then you can always go back and forth. The spot healing brush, the patch healing brush, you can also use these other ones. Another tool I'm going to be using just to show you guys is the clone brush, the clone tool. So what you're going to do, click Alt, and you're going to drag an area that this is going to take it from, and then you're going to come up here. Remember, it's going to take from this area, so you're going to come up here, and you're just going to drag. And I'm going to show you if you drag too much, it's going to start copying the parts that you didn't highlight. So if I come over here and I come down here, it's going to duplicate what I didn't do. So you're going to frequently have to drag, pull, drag, and pull. Try not to get from an area like this because you're going to get a harsh line. For a photo that's easy like this, you can basically do it with one tool. It just depends. Some photos are harder than others. But right now, I think this photo is best used with the patch tool. And if it's easy background, like you say, this image right here, there's a lot of gray in the background. There's not a lot of patterns to it. Usually if you get clothes and stuff that has a lot of patterns on it, it's really hard to do. But if it's easy and flat like this, then you can take bigger areas. Like I'm doing. Sometimes here you can just zoom in to get the smaller ones. And since it's pretty easy, you can just go back to your spot healing brush so you don't have to circle multiple times. You can adjust the size of it, and you just draw it on. I'll show you something here when I get finished that I should have done at the beginning. I should have went in to my adjustments and adjusted my levels of brightness and contrast so you could see those little tears show up a lot clearer. The point is not to get your picture to be picture perfect, it's to make it better. Zoom in closer to get the tinier details because sometimes these little cracks are pretty hidden, so you're going to have to go in closer to see them more. The little things matter. And sometimes, you know, instead of having to worry about this white line down here and try to probably patch it out or clone it, you can just go in here, depending on the photo. Today I'm just going to crop it out. See, as I crop that, I'm limiting some extra work that I don't have to do now. Make sure when you're using your patch tool that you're dragging it from an area that's already clear, because you don't want to drag it from an area. You don't want to come over here and fix a spot and then have it come from an area like that, and then it leaves streaks on it. So you can just go ahead and patch that out. The bigger area that you get done, the more you can drag from. And you can, if it matches a color, you can really, like this image, you can just patch it from wherever, as long as it has the same type of gray. And sometimes you might have to patch it more than once at a time. For something that's really close, like here, I'm just going to select it on top of it, and then I'm just going to follow the line, drag against the line, and then it's going to make it blend right in. See, I'm dragging across. Especially you want to do that with something with edges. Like and share this video if you want to see any more of this. I would be happy to keep doing these videos for you guys. It's important not to rush on these little detailed, where they have more patterns or hair or wood-like structures, more creases and just more detail, especially when it's on a person or an object. Then you want to really slow down and make sure that you're doing it right and taking your time. I will just show you here the clone brush. I'm going to show you the difference to when you clone it. Let's go up here. See, this is all, the hardness is all the way up. So I'm going to drag it from here. And you see how it's harsh? You can see that circle. when you're using the clone, you really need to stay on the lower side of the hardness. And see, now when you do it, it's not as noticeable. It just kind of blends right in. Little tip for you guys. You may need to adjust your brush size as well, the closer you zoom in to little things. And it's okay not to get every single thing, because sometimes it seems like it's almost impossible to get every little detail. Just try to get the real noticeable things. And you remember, the goal's not to be perfect, it's to make it better. Okay. Drag too far down. Make sure that you stay lined up with the line that's already there, because if you're off, it's going to make that line come over here. So because I've done that, I'm going to just Control Z, and that would bring it right back. Or you can go to your history and just go up a couple of layers. Just going to continue going straight up with it. You'll be really careful in images that have curves, because it's really easy to overlap in the wrong spot. I actually learned how to do photo restoration in college in one of my classes. We done it as a project for the semester, and I absolutely fell in love with it. So every time that I have any off time in college, I would usually just get on the computer and just do these just for fun. I've done hundreds and hundreds of them. I also do color. I add color to black and white images. And I can take those photo masks off, which are photos that have gotten a color tone to them, like maybe it has a blue tone to them. I can make your photos be the original color. And that could be another tutorial if you guys would like and want to see more of. Wasn't very much on the face here, and you can't see that much because it's a pretty old picture. It's pretty blurry, but overall, I'm going to show you what I told you earlier. We're going to go, I would just do the levels. That would bring it out more. I'm just going to go ahead and go to filter and sharpen. So here's the finished product. The before and after. Thank you guys for tuning in with Do Well Design. Catch you later.